The most haunted road in Kentucky, nestled deep within the rolling hills and dense forests of Kentucky, lies a stretch of asphalt that has earned its place among the most infamous haunted locations in the United States. Known simply as the Dark Path, this desolate road winds through shadowy valleys and mist-shrouded woods, its cracked pavement bearing the weight of countless tragedies and whispered legends. To drive along this road is to step into a realm where time seems to warp, where the air grows heavier with every mile, and where the line between reality and nightmare blurs perilously thin. It is not merely a thoroughfare but a conduit for the inexplicable, a place where the past refuses to stay buried, and the unseen lingers just beyond the reach of headlights. For generations, locals have spoken in hushed tones about the horrors that haunt this stretch of highway. Tales of ghostly apparitions, phantom vehicles, and disembodied voices echo through diners, campfires, and late-night gatherings, each story more chilling than the last. Travelers report seeing shadowy figures darting across the road, their forms dissolving into the darkness before they can be identified. Others recount hearing blood-curdling screams emanating from the woods or feeling an oppressive presence that seems to follow them long after they've left the area. These accounts are not isolated incidents but part of a pattern of haunting activity that has persisted for decades, leaving those who dare to traverse the dark path questioning their own sanity. What sets this road apart from other allegedly haunted locations is the sheer intensity of its paranormal manifestations. Unlike places where subtle anomalies might go unnoticed, here the supernatural presence is palpable, almost aggressive in its insistence on being acknowledged. Drivers claim their cars stall inexplicably, only to restart moments later without explanation. Headlights flicker and dim, casting eerie shadows on the tree-lined horizon. And then there are the whispers, soft, insistent murmurs that seem to emanate from nowhere, urging travelers to turn back before it's too late. As we delve deeper into the darkened recesses of this haunted highway, prepare yourself for a journey into the unknown, a world where reality bends under the weight of history and the supernatural feels disturbingly close. Through personal testimonies, documented encounters, and expert analysis, we will explore the origins of its haunting, unravel the mysteries that shroud its storied past, and confront the lingering questions that continue to haunt those brave enough to seek the truth. This is more than just a story about a haunted road, it's a testament to humanity's enduring fascination with the unexplained and our unwavering desire to understand what lies beyond the veil. The historical tapestry of the Dark Path. To truly comprehend the haunting aura that permeates the Dark Path, one must first peel back the layers of its storied history, a tapestry woven with threads of triumph, tragedy, and despair. Constructed in the early 19th century, the road was originally carved out of the rugged Kentucky wilderness to connect remote farming communities with burgeoning towns. Its winding route through dense forests and treacherous terrain made it a vital artery for trade and travel, yet its very existence bore witness to countless hardships and untimely deaths. From fatal accidents to unspeakable crimes, the events that unfolded along this stretch of asphalt have left an indelible mark on its spectral legacy. One of the earliest recorded tragedies occurred in 1847, when a stagecoach carrying passengers and goods overturned during a violent storm. Witnesses reported seeing lightning illuminate the wreckage as survivors scrambled to escape the chaos, only to be met with cries of terror as floodwaters swept away several individuals. Local lore claims that the spirits of those who perished in the accident still wander the road, their anguished wails carried by the wind on stormy nights. Decades later, during the Civil War, the Dark Path became a contested battleground, witnessing skirmishes between Union and Confederate forces. Soldiers stationed in the area spoke of eerie encounters with phantom comrades who appeared and disappeared without explanation, leading many to believe the surrounding woods were haunted by the ghosts of fallen fighters. Artifacts recovered during road repairs in the mid-20th century, including rusted bayonets and tattered uniforms, only deepened the sense of unease surrounding the property. Beyond military conflicts, the road has been the site of numerous disappearances and murders, each adding another layer of dread to its already foreboding reputation. In 1923, a young woman named Eleanor Gray vanished while walking home along the Dark Path, her fate never determined despite extensive searches. Locals whispered of seeing her ghostly figure clad in white, wandering aimlessly near the spot where she was last seen. Similarly, in 1958, A family of 4 traveling from Louisville to Lexington reportedly vanished without a trace, their abandoned car found days later with no signs of forced entry or struggle. Investigators concluded the case was unsolvable, but rumors persisted that the family had fallen victim to malevolent forces lurking in the shadows. Even the natural environment played a role in shaping the road's foreboding atmosphere. The isolation of its location, accessible only by narrow dirt paths branching off from larger highways, contributed to a pervasive sense of solitude and vulnerability. Dense fog often blankets the area, reducing visibility to mere feet and creating an eerie, dreamlike quality that disorients even seasoned drivers. Wildlife sightings are rare, as if the forest itself holds its breath in anticipation of something sinister. Tales of spectral ships appearing on the horizon, their ghostly crews calling out for help, only to vanish into the mist moments later. Architecturally, the remnants of old structures scattered along the dark path hold secrets that amplify its haunting allure. Abandoned cabins, once home to settlers and travelers, stand as skeletal reminders of lives lived and lost. Many believe these dilapidated buildings act as conduits for residual energy, trapping echoes of the past within their decaying walls. Cracks in the masonry seem to pulse with an unnatural warmth during certain times of the year, while spiral staircases twist so tightly they disorient even seasoned visitors. These historical threads weave together to form a tapestry rich with sorrow and mystery, setting the stage for the supernatural phenomena that would come to define the dark path. Each brick, each beam, and each shadow bears the imprint of those who came before, their joys, their sorrows, and their untimely ends. Together, they create an atmosphere where the line between history and legend blurs, inviting both reverence and dread. As we peel back the layers of this haunted landmark, we uncover not just a structure but a living monument to the enduring power of memory and the unyielding pull of the unknown. Documented encounters and unexplained phenomena. The haunted reputation of the dark path is not built upon hearsay or conjecture. It stands firmly rooted in a vast compendium of documented paranormal activity, meticulously catalogued over decades. From ghostly apparitions to inexplicable mechanical failures, the road has become a veritable epicenter of the unexplained, drawing investigators, skeptics, and thrill-seekers alike to its shadowed corridors. These accounts, bolstered by physical evidence and corroborated by multiple witnesses, paint a chilling portrait of a place perpetually teetering on the edge of the supernatural. Among the most frequently reported phenomena is the appearance of a spectral hitchhiker known locally as the White Lady. Described by eyewitnesses as a pale, ethereal figure dressed in flowing white garments, the White Lady is said to emerge from the mist alongside the road, her hollow eyes fixed pleadingly on passing vehicles. In 1976, a truck driver named Harold Jenkins claimed to have picked up a hitchhiker matching this description near mile marker 13. She sat silently in the passenger seat, staring ahead until the truck suddenly stalled. When Jenkins turned to address the issue, he found the seat empty, despite the fact that his doors remained locked and windows rolled up. Subsequent investigations revealed no rational explanation for the figure's presence, and similar sightings have been reported by dozens of drivers ever since. Equally unsettling are the disembodied sounds that plague travelers along the dark path. Passengers recount hearing footsteps thudding against the roof of their vehicles, as if someone, or something, is pacing above them. Others describe the unmistakable sound of children laughing or crying, though no one is present. One particularly harrowing incident occurred in 2001, when a family driving home from a vacation heard a blood-curdling scream pierce the silence of their car. Rushing to investigate, they found nothing unusual, yet the air was thick with the metallic tang of blood, a stark reminder of the violent history saturating the soil beneath their tires. Audio recordings taken during subsequent paranormal investigations have captured EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, featuring fragmented phrases such as, "help me," and "get out," lending credence to the belief that trapped spirits still cry out from beyond the grave. Mechanical failures represent another recurring theme in the dark path's haunted repertoire. Vehicles traveling along the road often experience inexplicable malfunctions, including stalling engines, flickering headlights, and dead batteries. In 2010, a group of college students embarking on a late-night road trip reported that their car abruptly shut down near mile marker 7, leaving them stranded in complete darkness. Attempts to restart the engine proved futile until one of the passengers recited a prayer aloud. As soon as the final word was spoken, the car roared back to life. Security footage reviewed the following morning showed nothing unusual, yet the students swore they saw faint shimmering lights hovering near the vehicle moments before it malfunctioned. Such incidents have become so commonplace that locals now refer to them as poltergeist episodes, though attempts to replicate the phenomenon under controlled conditions have consistently failed. Cold spots, sudden temperature drops that defy environmental logic, are another hallmark of the road's paranormal activity. Drivers often remark on feeling icy drafts inside their vehicles, accompanied by an overwhelming sense of dread. Thermal imaging cameras deployed during investigations have detected significant temperature fluctuations in specific zones, particularly near abandoned structures and unmarked grave sites scattered along the roadside. These cold spots are often paired with faint whispers or the sensation of being touched, leaving individuals visibly shaken. Perhaps the most compelling piece of evidence comes from a 2015 investigation conducted by a team of paranormal researchers equipped with advanced technology. Using a combination of infrared cameras, EMF detectors, and motion sensors, the team spent 3 nights documenting activity along the dark path. Their findings included footage of shadowy figures darting across the road, audible groans emanating from empty fields, and inexplicable electromagnetic spikes concentrated around mile marker 13, a location already infamous for its association with the White Lady. The culmination of their efforts was a chilling EVP recording captured near an abandoned cabin, a man's voice, clear and deliberate, whispering, "Leave us alone." While skeptics may attribute these occurrences to psychological effects or environmental quirks, the sheer volume and consistency of the reports make such explanations untenable. For every skeptic dismissing the phenomena as tricks of the mind, there exists a counterweight of credible testimony and tangible evidence pointing to something far more profound. Photographs, videos, and audio recordings offer glimpses into a realm that defies conventional understanding, challenging observers to reconcile the seen with the unseen. Together, these documented encounters form a tapestry of terror that transcends individual experiences, creating a collective narrative of fear and fascination. They remind us that the dark path is not merely a road but a vessel for energies that refuse to fade, carrying with them the weight of untold stories and unresolved mysteries. As we sift through the evidence, one thing becomes abundantly clear: the haunting of this road is not a matter of speculation, it is a lived reality, etched into the fabric of its existence and indelibly imprinted on all who dare to cross its threshold. For those who have driven along the dark path, the supernatural is not a distant concept relegated to campfire tales or urban legends, it is a visceral reality. An intimate intrusion into their journeys that leaves lasting scars. The personal testimonies shared by travelers, locals, and investigators reveal a kaleidoscope of emotions ranging from terror and confusion to sorrow and defiance. These first-hand accounts paint a vivid picture of what it means to navigate a place where the boundaries between worlds blur unpredictably. Take, for instance, Emily Carter, a nurse whose routine commute took her past the dark path one fateful evening. On her way home from a late shift, Emily felt an inexplicable chill sweep over her as she approached mile marker 13. "It was like driving into a freezer," she recalls, her voice trembling slightly. "But what really got me was the smell, this overwhelming stench of burning wood, even though there hadn't been a fire anywhere near the area in decades." Moments later, her headlights illuminated a figure standing in the middle of the road, its translucent form glowing faintly under the moonlight. Slamming on her brakes, Emily watched in horror as the figure dissolved into mist before her eyes. That night, unable to shake the feeling of being followed, Emily returned home only to find her reflection in the mirror distorted, her eyes blackened and hollow. She quit taking that route altogether, convinced that whatever lingered on the dark path had marked her somehow. Then there's Mark Holloway, a retired engineer who volunteered to assist with road maintenance during the summer of 2016. A pragmatic man by nature, Mark initially dismissed talk of ghosts as nonsense until he experienced something he couldn't rationalize. Late one afternoon, while inspecting an abandoned cabin near mile marker 7, he heard what sounded like heavy boots stomping toward him. "I thought maybe one of the other workers had forgotten something," he explains. "But when I looked around, no one was there. And then I felt it, this hand ice cold, gripping my shoulder." Frozen in place, Mark turned slowly, half expecting to see someone behind him. Instead, he was met with emptiness. The encounter left him physically ill, and for weeks afterward, he suffered from vivid nightmares of drowning in icy water, waking each morning drenched in sweat. Though Mark eventually resumed his duties, he admits that he avoids the cabin at all costs, convinced that the entity responsible for the touch remains there, watching and waiting. Not all experiences are overtly malevolent, however. Sarah Langley, a marine biologist conducting research near the Dark Path, recounts an oddly tender moment that has stayed with her ever since. During a quiet evening spent cataloging specimens in her car parked alongside the road, Sarah felt a gentle tug on her sleeve, as if someone were trying to get her attention. Turning around, she saw nothing, but then, out of the corner of her eye, she caught sight of a young girl in a tattered dress standing near the rear bumper. The child smiled softly before vanishing into thin air. Shaken but intrigued, Sarah later learned from local historians that 2 children perished in a tragic accident near that exact spot in the 1950s. Their bodies never recovered. "It wasn't scary, exactly," Sarah reflects. "More sad. Like she just wanted someone to notice her." Since that night, Sarah has returned to the Dark Path multiple times, drawn by a mix of curiosity and compassion, though she remains cautious, aware that not all spirits are benign. These personal testimonies extend beyond fleeting encounters, leaving lasting imprints on the psyches of those involved. For Emily, the experience triggered a prolonged bout of anxiety, forcing her to seek therapy to cope with intrusive thoughts and hypervigilance. "I feel like I'm always looking over my shoulder now," she confides. "Even in broad daylight, I can't shake the feeling that something, or someone, is right behind me." Similarly, Mark struggles with survivor's guilt, questioning whether he inadvertently disturbed the resting place of those entombed within the road's history. "Part of me wonders if I deserved what happened," he muses. "Like maybe I crossed some invisible line I didn't know existed." Sarah, on the other hand, channels her connection to the supernatural into advocacy, urging others to approach the Dark Path with respect rather than fear. "People think it's just about ghosts and ghouls," she says, "but it's so much deeper than that. These are real people who lived and died here, and their stories deserve to be told, not exploited." Her perspective underscores a growing sentiment among frequent visitors that the haunting serves as both a warning and an invitation, demanding acknowledgement of the tragedies that shaped the road's history. Yet, the emotional toll of these encounters cannot be overstated. Conversations among locals and travelers often revolve around coping strategies, ranging from protective rituals like carrying salt packets or sage bundles to forming informal support groups where experiences can be shared without judgment. Despite these efforts, the weight of the unknown lingers, manifesting in sleepless nights, heightened paranoia, and an ever-present awareness of the unseen. Ultimately, the personal testimonies collected from those who interact with the Dark Path reveal a complex interplay of fear, empathy, and resilience. While the specifics of each encounter vary widely, they share a common thread: the undeniable presence of something beyond the realm of human comprehension. For some, the haunting represents a confrontation with mortality. For others, it serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring power of memory. Regardless of interpretation, one truth remains constant: the Dark Path does not simply exist, it endures, holding fast to the echoes of its past and beckoning those brave enough to listen. Paranormal investigations and public reactions. The enigmatic nature of the Dark Path has long attracted the attention of paranormal investigators, amateur enthusiasts, and media outlets eager to uncover its secrets. Armed with cutting-edge technology and insatiable curiosity, these explorers have ventured into the heart of the road's darkest stretches, seeking tangible evidence of the supernatural forces that purportedly inhabit its surroundings. Their findings, while diverse, consistently point to the presence of unexplained phenomena, sparking both fascination and debate among the public. One of the most notable investigations took place in 2009, led by the renowned paranormal research team Spectral Seekers. Equipped with thermal imaging cameras, electromagnetic field (EMF) detectors, and digital audio recorders, the group conducted a series of overnight sweeps throughout key sections of the dark path. Among their most compelling discoveries was a dramatic spike in EMF readings near mile marker 13, a location already infamous for its association with the White Lady. While skeptics might argue that such anomalies could stem from outdated wiring or environmental interference, the patterns observed were inconsistent with typical sources of electromagnetic emissions. Furthermore, the team captured thermal footage showing a humanoid figure darting across the road, its form radiating an unusually low temperature compared to the surrounding environment. Attempts to replicate the effect using props or staged scenarios proved unsuccessful, leaving investigators baffled. Audio recordings from the same expedition yielded equally intriguing results. During an EVP session held near an abandoned cabin, researchers asked a series of direct questions to any potential spirits present. Among the responses was a faint but distinct reply. "Still here." The voice, female and tinged with sorrow, appeared to emanate from nowhere, as no living person was nearby at the time. Subsequent analysis revealed additional layers of sound, including what sounded like faint sobbing and the rhythmic ticking of a clock, despite the absence of any timepieces in the vicinity. These auditory anomalies align with reports from travelers who claim to have encountered the spectral figure of a grieving mother or the disembodied laughter of children, lending credibility to the idea that residual energy continues to resonate within the structure. In recent years, advancements in drone technology have enabled investigators to explore previously inaccessible areas of the dark path. A 2021 investigation conducted by a student-led paranormal club utilized drones equipped with high-definition cameras and motion sensors to monitor activity across multiple sections simultaneously. One of the most striking moments occurred near mile marker 7, where a motion-activated camera captured a shadowy figure pacing back and forth. Upon reviewing the footage, investigators noted that the figure moved with unnatural speed and disappeared through a solid wall. Similar attempts to recreate the phenomenon using visual effects or staged actors failed to produce comparable results, deepening the mystery. Public reactions to these investigations have been polarized, reflecting broader societal attitudes toward the paranormal. For many locals and tourists, the findings serve as validation of their own experiences, fostering a sense of community among those who feel misunderstood or dismissed. Social media platforms buzz with comments from viewers sharing their own stories, creating a virtual support network for individuals affected by the road's haunting. Meanwhile, televised specials and documentaries have amplified interest, transforming the landmark into a pilgrimage site for thrill seekers and ghost hunters alike. During peak seasons, lines of vehicles stretch along the property, hoping to catch a glimpse of the supernatural for themselves. However, critics remain skeptical, arguing that the use of advanced technology can sometimes amplify confirmation bias, with investigators interpreting ambiguous data as definitive proof of the paranormal. Some academics caution against conflating correlation with causation, pointing out that phenomena such as infrasound or environmental factors could account for many reported occurrences. Others question the ethical implications of commercializing a site steeped in tragedy, warning that sensationalism risks overshadowing the historical significance of the dark path and trivializing the suffering of those who perished there. Despite differing perspectives, the impact of these investigations on public perception cannot be overstated. Media coverage has brought national attention to the road, elevating its status as a cultural icon and drawing comparisons to other legendary haunted sites across the globe. Local businesses capitalize on the intrigue, offering themed tours, merchandise, and immersive experiences designed to cater to the growing appetite for the macabre. Ghost hunting workshops and paranormal conventions have become annual fixtures, attracting thousands of attendees eager to learn the latest techniques and tools for exploring the unknown. Yet, for those who call the dark path home, whether as caretakers, historians, or volunteers, the influx of outsiders brings a complex mix of pride and apprehension. While some welcome the spotlight as a means of legitimizing their experiences, Others worry about the exploitation of sensitive sites and the disruption caused by large crowds. Concerns have been raised about damage to fragile artifacts and the potential disturbance of unmarked graves scattered across the property. Historical preservationists express frustration over how the focus on the paranormal detracts from efforts to preserve the road's architectural integrity and educational value. Ultimately, the investigations into this haunted landmark underscore humanity's enduring fascination with the unknown. Whether viewed as scientific inquiry or sensational spectacle, these efforts reflect our insatiable desire to confront the boundaries of our understanding, and perhaps, to find solace in the idea that we are not alone, even in death. As researchers continue to probe the mysteries of the dark path, its haunting legacy grows richer, inviting both awe and introspection. It stands as a testament to the enduring power of storytelling, a beacon not just of light but of wonder, reminding us that some truths may forever elude capture, existing instead in the spaces between the seen and the unseen. Rational explanations and lingering mysteries. The pervasive aura of the supernatural that envelopes the dark path invites scrutiny not only from paranormal enthusiasts, but also from the scientific community. Researchers and skeptics alike have sought to dissect the myriad phenomena reported along its stretches, employing rigorous methodologies to determine whether rational explanations can account for the seemingly inexplicable. While some incidents lend themselves to plausible interpretations rooted in physics, psychology, or environmental factors, others stubbornly resist conventional logic, leaving room for speculation and wonder. One widely accepted explanation for many of the reported phenomena is infrasound, a low-frequency sound wave below the threshold of human hearing. Studies have demonstrated that exposure to infrasound can induce feelings of unease, anxiety, and even hallucinations, mimicking the sensations often described by witnesses during alleged paranormal encounters. The road's aging infrastructure, particularly its ventilation systems and structural materials, could inadvertently produce these frequencies, creating an environment ripe for misinterpretation. For example, the cold spots, frequently reported near abandoned structures and unmarked gravesites, might stem from localized drafts or temperature fluctuations caused by poorly insulated walls and windows. Similarly, the sensation of being watched, an experience commonly cited by travelers, could result from subliminal cues processed by the brain, such as subtle changes in lighting or peripheral movement triggered by mundane sources like swaying trees or passing wildlife. Psychological factors also play a significant role in shaping perceptions of the paranormal. The power of suggestion, combined with the dark path's storied history, primes individuals to interpret ambiguous stimuli as supernatural occurrences. Cognitive biases, such as pareidolia, the tendency to perceive meaningful patterns in random data, can lead people to mistake ordinary sights, sounds, or sensations for ghostly manifestations. For instance, the shadowy figures captured on security footage or thermal imaging cameras may simply be distortions caused by lens flares, reflections, or heat signatures from nearby electronics. Likewise, anecdotal accounts of disembodied voices or footsteps could arise from confirmation bias, wherein individuals selectively recall details that align with pre-existing beliefs about the haunted nature of the location. Environmental conditions further complicate the analysis. The road's geographic setting, surrounded by crashing waves and exposed to harsh coastal weather, contributes to elevated humidity levels and fluctuating barometric pressure, factors known to influence human perception and behavior. Sudden shifts in atmospheric conditions can exacerbate feelings of discomfort or dread, amplifying the likelihood of perceiving anomalous events. Additionally, the presence of decaying organic matter beneath the soil, remnants of shipwrecks and unmarked graves, releases gases such as methane and hydrogen sulfide, which can produce odors reminiscent of smoke or decay. These olfactory cues, coupled with visual and auditory anomalies, create a multisensory experience that reinforces the illusion of hauntings. Coping mechanisms and community support. Living and working within the spectral embrace of the dark path demands resilience, creativity, and a strong sense of community. For staff, volunteers, and regular travelers, adapting to the omnipresent specter of the supernatural has become a way of life, one marked by unique coping mechanisms, proactive measures, and mutual support systems designed to foster a sense of safety and belonging. From ritualistic practices to organized initiatives, the road community has developed innovative strategies to navigate the challenges posed by their otherworldly surroundings. One of the most widespread methods of self-protection among travelers and locals is the use of cleansing rituals borrowed from various cultural traditions. Sage smudging ceremonies, for instance, have gained popularity as a means of purifying spaces and creating a barrier against negative energies. Many employees swear by this practice, claiming that burning bundles of dried sage helps alleviate feelings of unease and reduces the frequency of unsettling occurrences. Similarly, salt lines, a protective measure rooted in folklore, are often placed along doorways and windowsills, believed to ward off malevolent entities. These rituals, while symbolic, offer psychological comfort, empowering individuals to reclaim a sense of control over their environment. Volunteers, too, employ practical measures to mitigate the impact of paranormal activity on their responsibilities. Some choose to avoid scheduling tasks in historically active areas during late-night hours, opting instead for well-lit, heavily trafficked sections of the road. Others incorporate elements of humor or storytelling into their interactions with visitors, framing ghostly encounters as quirky traditions rather than sources of fear. For example, a tour guide might recount tales of shipwrecks or Civil War skirmishes during lectures, subtly normalizing the idea of spectral presences as extensions of the landmark's rich heritage. This approach not only diffuses tension but also fosters a shared narrative that binds the community together. As we draw the curtains on this exploration of the dark path, it becomes evident that the essence of this haunted road transcends its physical structure and historical significance. It is a place where time seems to stand still, where the boundary between the living and the dead blurs, and where whispers from the past echo through its hollow stretches. The myriad stories and documented encounters paint a vivid picture of a thoroughfare alive with echoes from another realm, each flicker of light and shadow a testament to the timeless dance between the seen and the unseen. This haunted road stands not just as a relic of transportation history but as a profound symbol of the human condition, our fears, curiosities, and relentless quest for understanding. It challenges us to peer beyond the veil of the ordinary and consider the vast, uncharted territories of existence. Here, every creak of the tires, every flicker of the headlights, and every whispered name in the dead of night serves as a reminder of the thin boundary that separates our world from the mysteries that lie just beyond. In delving into the myriad tales of apparitions and eerie occurrences, we uncover more than just ghost stories. We find reflections of our deepest anxieties and hopes, mirrored in the haunted stretches of this venerable road. The courage displayed by those who walk and drive these grounds daily inspires a deeper appreciation for the resilience of the human spirit. They remind us that bravery is not the absence of fear but the triumph over it, choosing to seek knowledge and understanding even when faced with the incomprehensible. Thus, as we close this chapter on the haunted legacy of Kentucky's most paranormal road, let us carry forward the lessons gleaned from its shadowed corridors. Let us remember that while the supernatural may elude full comprehension, the pursuit of knowledge and the bonds of community empower us to face the unknown with both skepticism and awe. In the end, it is not merely the ghosts of the past that define this place, but the enduring spirit of those who dare to explore its mysteries, forging paths illuminated by the light of inquiry and camaraderie. Embracing the mysteries that bind you as the final echoes of this haunting tale reverberate through your mind. I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude for joining me on this spine-chilling expedition into the heart of the dark path, the most haunted road in Kentucky. Your curiosity and courage in exploring these shadowed stretches have made this journey all the more meaningful. It is through shared stories and collective wonder that we find connection, and I hope this article has sparked conversations, reflections, and perhaps even a few goosebumps along the way. If you've enjoyed stepping into the supernatural side of history with me today, I invite you to stay connected. Subscribe to my channel for more haunting tales, mysterious legends, and deep dives into the unexplained. Whether it's ghostly encounters, cursed locations, or forgotten folklore, there's always another story waiting to be uncovered, and I'd love for you to be part of it. And hey, don't be shy. Share your thoughts, experiences, or even your own spooky stories in the comments below. Have you ever felt the weight of the unseen? Walked through a place that sent shivers down your spine? Or maybe you've got a theory about the mysteries we've explored today. Whatever it is, I'd love to hear from you. After all, storytelling is a two-way street, and your voice matters. Finally, if you're craving more haunted adventures, check out the links in the description for additional resources, recommended readings, and behind-the-scenes content. You can also follow me on social media for bite-sized doses of the paranormal and updates on upcoming videos. Together, we'll continue to peel back the layers of the unknown, one chilling tale at a time. Until next time, stay curious, and remember, the shadows are never as empty as they seem. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next story. Sleep tight, if you dare.